Yeah, I'm representing here DIS4SME, which is also a Digital Europe project. And my pitch is focusing more on how we try to implement micro-credentials in a very pragmatic way. But kudos to Lisa Bilotti, who prepared the presentation and did the real work, but she could not be here. DIS4SME itself is also funded by HADEA. And in that project, we developed short courses to reskill and upskill in our sector. And our sector is geospatial and space downstream sector. So Earth observation using satellite imagery and so on. And the focus in particular was on what we call location data interoperability. And in that context, we did some upskill and reskilling of focus on SMEs. So I will skip a few things because there are more slides in it, but then I don't stick to my 3 minutes. But what is important in our project also is that we align the training with the new directives and other initiatives at European level, like the data strategy and so forth. And there are also many technical implementations and initiatives at European level, so we try to match with that. And that's also a market demand. So the project was very market-driven in the consortium, universities, not-for-profit organizations, SMEs, and a few public sector bodies. The courses was focusing on horizontal things related to data interoperability on the one hand, and then we focused on what we call business cases. For example, precision agriculture, transport and mobility challenges in cities, and so forth. So it was really applied. And in that context, we saw that there was a need, a demand from the SMEs and from public sector to have certificates for this type of short courses. And of course, we don't speak about masters at university. We really speak about short courses delivered and very up-to-date with digital developments. For example, machine learning and artificial intelligence is in some of the business cases integrated. So the ambition was to have something, a kind of attendance certificate, but we looked into the micro-credentials to be as much in line with the schema defined at the European level. And so we cross-checked and we tested also some tools and the infrastructure, which is developed by the European digital certification infrastructure. So we issued some of the steps through this infrastructure and we tested it. We looked also into tools that exist on the private market to deliver and to provide the certifications. And we ended up with this idea of digital badges in a very simple way because it's not yet entirely finished in our opinion. There is still work ongoing also at the European level and the implementation in different countries is different. Also at our university we are looking into it because I work for KU Leuven, the university in Leuven, very close to here. So we did, let's say, some testing, but at the end we could deliver certificates for all the participants, which is around 500 learners. Okay. So we had different actions to be done. So our lesson learned is that it takes some time to implement and to test it and to make it a real operational thing. And I will skip these because you will be able to receive the different slides. Is that one of the challenges we had was how you collaborate between university and a private body or a sector player to deliver the certificates. Because usually for us it's interesting and very easy to certify as KU Leuven. A company that delivers also training can do the same, but if you have joint co-creation of training material and training services, then it becomes a little bit more complicated. What was also interesting in these efforts is that we tried to link it to the Europass digital CV, so we did some tests with that. It seemed to be working quite well. Here is a comparison of the different platforms and the advantages of EDCI issuer. So we found out that it's quite good, and of course also the private offerings is usually paying. You need licensing and so on. So the end conclusion for us is that this infrastructure is ready to be used in the context of these very short courses. Conclusions, so the EDCI, according to us, is a reliable platform or infrastructure that you can use. It's free, it's EU aligned, let's say, so it's already quite far. It's also authenticated, you can verify, and also the experience proved that for interoperability and alignment in EU micro-credential, it can be achieved without huge investment. So it's relatively simple to do. And we think also that using the EU tools, that enhances also in a certain sense the trust, the transparency, and the recognition almost automatically, let's say. And with that, I want to stop my presentation.
Thank you.